and welcome to TVC Midday News. We are staying with security updates in the northeast Nigeria, where another Chibok girl, Lydia Simon, was rescued by troops of Operation Desert Sanity III, Northeast Operation Hadin Kai. Ms. Simon, who was on serial number 68 among the abducted missing Chibok Secondary School girls, was rescued along with her 3 children by troops conducting Operation Desert Sanity III at Ngoshe Axis in Gwoza local government area of Borno State. Lydia Simon was 5 months pregnant at the time of her rescue and claimed to be from Pemi Town in Chibok. This is coming few days after the commemoration of the 10th anniversary of the abduction of the girls from their school. And to judicial matters, the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, is absent from the Federal High Court, Abuja, for his arraignment. Counsel to the EFCC, Pemi Town, told Justice Emeka Nwite that service of the charge on the former governor was frustrated yesterday at his residence. He alleged the former governor is being protected by a person who enjoys immunity. If the need arises, the help of the military to fish him out might be sought. Former Governor Yahaya Bello, through his counsel, Abdul Wahab Muhammad, held that there is an order of court restraining the EFCC from arresting or arraigning him. The order made by the Kogi State High Court restraining the EFCC has not been set aside, although an appeal against the ruling has been filed. The charge by the EFCC is unconstitutional and the court lacks jurisdiction. He further said if the EFCC is unable to serve the charge on Mr. Bello, they should apply to the court for substituted service. A court later adjourned ruling on substituted service on Yahaya Bello till the 23rd of May. Now, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja will on the 20th of May decide on the request by leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for the restoration of his revoked bail and removal from the custody of the DSS. Justice Nyako fixed the date after taking arguments from Mr. Kanu's legal team and that of the federal government. Senior reporter Celestine Area was there.
Nnamdi Kanu, through his counsel, Aloy Ejimako, requested the court to restore the bail earlier granted him in 2017 by the same court and judge. In his submission, contrary to the claim of the federal government, he did not jump bail or breach any conditions of the bail, but had to escape out of the country when the military allegedly invaded his house. He asked the court to set aside the arrest warrant issued against him by the court while he was out of the country. In a separate motion, Mr. Kanu demanded his removal from the custody of the DSS and to be placed on house arrest, or on the alternative, to be remanded in prison custody. Counsel to the federal government, Adegboyega Awomolo, opposed granting of all the requests made by Mr. Kanu. Among others, the senior lawyer said that in a criminal matter, no defendant has the right to dictate to the court how his prosecution will be conducted. On the request for removal from DSS custody, counsel to the federal government held the only safe and secured environment for Mr. Kanu is the DSS facility in a bid to ensure the safety of his life.
Not had any opportunity. We have made this very clear. It is not about having access to our client. We do have access, but our access is monitored, hampered to the point that we are unable to discuss with him within that zone of confidentiality that is guaranteed between a lawyer and his client.
I will continue to call on the president to exercise his constitutional power and then issue knowledge through the attorney general so that we can bring this into an end and open the door for reconciliation and peace building in this art.
Fair trial is predicated on confidentiality. Now that I don't have any confidentiality with my client, how do you want me to enter to take him on trial? It is against the rules of professional ethics for a lawyer to commence a trial with a client that you never prepared.
Justice Binta Nyako says since the commencement of Nnamdi Kanu's trial in 2015, she has delivered nothing less than 21 rulings on various applications. And on 20th May 2024, she will yet again deliver another ruling. This ruling will determine how Nnamdi Kanu and his defense team will proceed with the trial. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Here in Lagos, Pat Iwago, popularly known as DJ Commissioner Wise, has been charged to magistrate court in Etiosa. While confirming her arrest, the Lagos Police Command Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin said she's being charged for assault on police officer, obstructing of police officers in the discharge of their duties, and resisting arrest. According to reports, the popular DJ who had reported a case of fraud against a man on Monday at Elemoro Police in Aja was invited by the police to agree on whether to settle or to charge the man to court. But on arrival at the station, DJ Commissioner Wise demanded the man made a public apology while she records. The said man refused, and police officers in charge decided to take the case to court. This arraignment, we gathered, did not sit well with the popular DJ, who was alleged to have gone ahead to block the entrance to the station and allegedly assaulted the female officers attached to the case. In the nation's capital, the House of Representatives has cautioned South-South-based multinational and indigenous oil companies undermining ongoing probe into their compliance with the Petroleum Industry Act. The House Committee on Corporate Social Responsibility also reiterates determination to discover through its oversight functions the veracity of claims made by some companies about their corporate social responsibility. National Assembly correspondent Jokia Disa has details.
Nigeria need to work, and that is why we are here to make sure that we can. Nigeria need to work, and that is why we are here to make sure that we can give you update on what Nigeria need to work, and that is why we are here to make sure that we can give you update on what.
Let's talk politics. The crisis in the People's Democratic Party has again taken a new turn as some federal lawmakers in the party allege they have uncovered plot to shift the election at today's NEC meeting to August to allow the acting chairman, Umar Damagum, retain his position. The spokesperson of the group, Ikenga Gochinyere, stated this in a press statement that with the withdrawal of the suspended chairman, Iyocha Ayu's pending litigations, all impediments to the emergence of a new PDP chairman at the day's NEC meeting have been removed. According to him, former chairman Iyocha Ayu's case was used as an excuse for Mr. Damagum to elongate his stay, but by withdrawing his case, it has paved way for emergence of North Central chairman. The lawmakers condemned the idea of allowing a serving minister in the APC-led government into the highly confidential National Caucus meeting. Now, the Nigerian military has assured the Ministry of Works of its backing towards realizing road infrastructure objectives of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu's administration. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, said this during a courtesy call to the Minister of Works, David Umahi, at the ministry's conference hall, Mabushi, Abuja. The defense chief commended the glaring determination of the minister to return Nigeria's road infrastructure to the path of glory, knowing the importance of road to the socioeconomic transformation and national security of the nation. General Musa also appealed to the minister to take into consideration the need for interventions on the deplorable condition of some roads in the Northeast, where bandits are taking advantage of the poor conditions of roads in the area to defy and relegate security operations.
To provide every necessary support that is required. We are those phone calls. Whenever there's anything that we need to do for you, so rest assured we'll be there, because we know the relevance and the importance of having good roads in any society. So for us, roads are critical to our success in our operations. I want to appeal to you, sir, that whatever it takes, if we can fix most of these roads that we have, it will greatly assist us in carrying out operations. When we have good roads, the funny thing about Northeast, especially for Borno State, most of the distances are not that long. Let me offer my condolences to
your personnel to recruit any more that in Delta State while doing everything to install peace is quite very unfortunate. Let me thank Mr. President for the majority and thank the military led by you for the majority. See, those people killed, they are the children of parents. They have children, also they have wives, and we have a heart, that go out to you to condemn that very terrible act.
Still in the nation's capital, the House of Representatives has cautioned South-South-based multinational and indigenous oil companies undermining ongoing probe into their compliance with the Petroleum Industry Act. The House Committee on Corporate Social Responsibility also reiterates determination to discover through its oversight functions the veracity of claims made by some companies about their corporate social responsibility. National Assembly correspondent Jokia Adisa has more.
For some time now, a joint committee of the House of Representatives has been playing host to multinational oil companies and others doing business in the Niger Delta region. At its resumed sitting, the committee takes exception to the non-appearance of the chief executive officers of some of the invited companies. The panel also threatens to invoke its constitutional mandate to compel the appearance of heads of organizations it says have repeatedly ignored its invitations.
The Joint Committee wishes to unequivocally state that it will employ all the constitutional means at its disposal, including the invocation, Section 89D of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, to compel them to appear before the committee.
One after the other, the companies speak on their adherence to the provisions of the PIA, which spell out their responsibilities to host communities.
We also do have in Appendix 3, remittance advice of CNL's payment made to the Host Community Development Trust for the period 2022 to 2023.
The construction of the road leading to the truck park at Esunk, Otan, Calabar, it was constructed by our company. The sponsorship of host community sports competition.
We have 8 impacted communities. It was a bit difficult bringing them all together to nominate persons from their community to be on the Board of Trustees. We couldn't get results up until sometime last month that all of them were able to align.
They paint a picture of compliance, but the legislators do not seem convinced.
You have already claimed, and you are on oath, that these projects were executed. And this is the reason why we want to see the MD, so that when the MD is talking here, he's on oath. You know the implication.
To better fight the cause of the host communities, the Joint Committee announces its readiness to go for an on-the-spot assessment and see for itself the visible and tangible infrastructure by the companies to improve the lives of the people in their areas of operations. Jokia Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Elsewhere, the Nigerian Navy says its activities of Operation Desert Sanity have reduced crude oil theft and economic sabotage in the Niger Delta region. The commander, Nigerian Navy Ship Jubilee Ikotabasi, Commodore Martins Fakroga, who made this known to journalists, stated that the operation, which involved naval personnel deployed on aggressive surveillance and patrols of the waterways, has reduced oil theft and economic sabotage to the barest minimum. He added that the gallantry of personnel in the operation resulted in several arrests, destruction of several wooden boats, and recovery of illegal bunkering equipment, adding that economic activities had received a boost following an increased naval presence on the waterways. Commander Fakruga further said the Navy was working closely with other security agencies to rid the waterways of criminal activities.
Yeah, and Jubilee is part of Operation Desert Sanity. In fact, we are tax units 24.1.4, And we are very, very much involved in the exercise, which has to do with ensuring that illegal crude oil thieves and illegal refining sites properly, agents of the criminal gangs are properly dealt with and put away from business.
Loma approves 1.5 billion naira to be paid as scholarship. Stay with us for details.
Information is power, information is security, information is knowledge. On Labor Lens, we believe that working people around the world have real questions of their own. They want to know how the world of work operates, what it means to the employer of labor, how policies affect workers in the workplace. On Labor Lens, I am sure we engage effectively the organized labor, organized private sector, and governments to get out of them information workers are in need of. I am Sharon Ijason, asking questions that make you get sense of the workplace.
Thanks for staying with us. Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, says no matter personal relationship with any appointee, his administration will not condone corrupt practices, and anyone found culpable will be prosecuted and dismissed. He gave this warning at a two-day retreat organized for newly appointed Executive Council members and senior political appointees at the State Data Center in Owerri. The governor said his administration will run e-government, which will reduce human contact and cost of governance.
I have established a monitoring and evaluation unit within my office to regularly evaluate your work and report directly to me. These assessments will directly influence your future within my cabinet. I offer this as a fair warning to all members of my team. As the saying goes, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. We are going to run an e-government. We will reduce human traffic. We will encourage electronic contact. And that will help reduce cost of governance, reduce the stress that human traffic goes with.
Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, has approved the sum of 1.5 billion naira to be paid as scholarship for about 1,000 students of nursing and midwifery in the state. This move, according to the governor, is to encourage the students to stay engaged in the school and study hard. Senior reporter Jesse Tafida has details.
The education sector in Borno is the worst hit following more than a decade-long devastation by Boko Haram insurgency. But the Zulum administration introduced a 10-pact development agenda in which revamping of the education sector was a crucial part. So far, Governor Babagana Zulum has embarked on massive development of the sector from primary to tertiary level. And now, the governor has approved 1.5 billion naira scholarship to about 1,000 students of the State College of Nursing and Midwifery.
All those students in this school, after graduation, inshallah, will be here for a convocation ceremony, and all those that have done well will be given automatic scholarship to pursue their degree programs. The Ministry for Education should work out with the council to identify a suitable place inside the college for the establishment of an ICT center immediately.
Automatic employment for deserving students was guaranteed by the governor, but he wants them to be dedicated in their studies.
With great opportunities come great responsibilities. Therefore, all scholarship recipients must understand that they are entering into a 5-year bond with the state government. During this period, they are expected to serve in their respective localities.
This rare gesture should increase your passion, academic dedication, and commitment to your studies while you aim for excellence. I also wish to congratulate the good people of Benue State for having a leader who has the interests of his people at heart.
In addition to the scholarships, over 2,000 students of the college will receive 100,000 naira each as allowance. Governor Zulum then commissioned a lecture theatre and a 3,000 capacity multipurpose hall for the school. Jessie Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Benue State government has entered into partnership with the Shanghai Haitian Hospital to facilitate academic and clinical interchange between Benue State University Teaching Hospital in the areas of joint studies, training activities, and other educational exchanges of mutual interest. The government has also entered into partnership with Sinoki System Limited for the establishment of a hybrid solar panel factory in the state. While signing the Memoranda of Understanding at the Old Banquet Hall at Government House, Makurdi, Governor Hyacinth Alia said he's optimistic the partnerships will open many more doors of investments in the state, adding that his administration is willing to welcome more investors into Benue State.
This establishment of hybrid solar panel factory would be one of a very special kind by shores. It's going to curb a number of things, including the electricity epilepsy we have been experiencing in the past. Benue State University Teaching Hospital as a partner in this is going to experience new collaboration in our healthcare system as well.
We are very happy to sign the agreement with Benue government for solar panel factories. In the whole Africa, there's no solar panel factory, no solar energy factory at all. I hope this cooperative company will be among one of the best in future for solar energy in Africa.
We are happy we have the cooperation here, so we will bring more advanced technology and more equipment and more workforce here, and we will see the future cooperation with together.
Outside Nigeria, the European Union has agreed to expand sanctions on Iranian producers of drones and missiles following Tehran's unprecedented attack on Israel. European Council President says it's very important to do everything to isolate Iran. The bloc already has multiple sanctions in place against Iran, including for selling drones to Russia for use in its war against Ukraine. The U.S. has hinted it will impose its own new penalties in the coming days. The EU's new sanctions were agreed during a summit in Brussels, which marked the first meeting between the bloc's 27 leaders since Iran's direct assault on Israel on Saturday, involving more than 300 missiles and drones fired from Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, which were mostly downed by Israel and its allies. Israel, which appears to have only countered with a diplomatic offensive so far, has not ruled out a response. But world leaders have continued to urge restraint in a bid to prevent a wider conflict in the Middle East. Well, that's TVC Midday News. Thank you for watching. For more updates on the stories we are monitoring, do visit our website, www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Our handle is @TVC News NG. And we're streaming live on YouTube at TVC News Nigeria.